Hello everyone, this is Hero here and welcome to another KOF98 Ultimate Match Online video. Okay, today's topic, okay, will be quite a few. Okay, this video will be actually, I think will be very long. Okay, it will be a very long video. Okay, there's a few things I want to say. Okay, first, I would like to thank everyone, okay, that I have just hit 500 subscribers. Okay, in fact, I hit 500 subscribers last week, but because due to work and stuff like that, I didn't really have the time to actually create a video to thank you guys. So anyway, this is it. Okay, today's video is just to thank you guys for helping me hit 500 subs. Thanks a lot everyone for supporting my channel. Hopefully, since the start of the channel till now, I have helped you guys a lot regarding in the tips and some advice that I be giving to you guys for this game. Okay, as I mentioned in my 100 subs thank you video, okay, I would like to do a giveaway, okay, to you guys. Okay, I'll be giving away 2 times $25 either iTunes or Google Play Store card credits. Okay, so there'll be 2 winners. Okay, I'll pick up 2 winners. Okay, I'll try to do it by the end of the weekend. Okay, then I'll be contacting you guys through YouTube messaging. Okay, and if you guys receive my message, please do reply, and we can work out on how I can deliver the game cards to you guys. Okay, so this is just a very small thank you to everyone to you guys who has supported my channel so far. In the future, of course, I'll be doing more giveaway. Okay, so not to worry. Another thing I would like to talk about, okay, is basically streaming. Okay, some of you have been asking me to actually try and start streaming. Okay, I actually very much would like to do streaming. I have talked to a few of you guys. Some of you guys are saying actually the best time for me to stream is when the global server is about to start the tournament. Okay, I think that is where you guys are the most active. Okay, so I think that will be quite a good time for me to start my streaming, and hopefully you guys can actually come online and actually join me in my live stream. I have not set the date yet, but I will put up the announcement on Reddit and in the Discord channel. If you guys are interested, you guys can actually reply in that thread. Then, and maybe at the same time also can let me know what time is best for you guys, that you guys would like me to stream. Okay, because most of you are saying actually the tournament time was the best time, and the tournament time for you guys is actually quite early in the morning for my side, because I live in Singapore, which is at the other part of at the other side of the planet. Okay, so do let me know, okay, on your thoughts about me streaming in the comments below. Okay, another topic I would like to touch on is, a lot of you have been asking, Hero, why do you hide your diamonds? Okay, I get this question a lot. Okay, the reason why I hide my diamonds is not because I do not want to show you guys. Actually, I'm totally fine with showing you guys my diamond. Okay, but it's the other clubs in my server. Okay, that is our main concern. Okay, the reason why we don't show our diamonds out is to not let the other clubs know how much diamonds we have. Okay, because some of the clubs in my server are quite competitive, and they will do everything in their power to actually either try to deny us of certain bosses, or to make us spend a lot more diamonds for certain bosses. So let's say that if the opponent knows that let's say I have 100k diamonds right now. Okay, if let's say the other clubs knows I have 100k diamonds, then they will actually attempt and try, and maybe when the new boss comes along for the limited draw, on the first day they will bring up the whole price of the boss maybe by about 7,000, 8,000 points. That is actually a lot of diamonds being spent on the first day alone. So come the third day, when everyone starts to beat, the points will actually go up very, very high. Meaning to say, at the end of the day, everyone will spend a lot of diamonds. Okay, so if the other clubs do not know how much diamonds we have, it's very hard for them to gauge. So with that, with this lack of information for them, they won't be able to actually try and deny us of the bosses. So this is the main reason why we actually hide our diamonds actually. Okay, hope this is clear to you guys. It's for basically my own servers. Some of the clubs are actually quite competitive. That's the reason why. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, okay, mainly regarding in this video, is basically team synergies and team formations. Okay, so you guys can see right now on my screen, I have already preset the team. Okay, this team right now, most of you guys are running this team. Okay, this is the typical wild bear soul formation. Okay, so you have right now on my screen I have Robert, I have Chang, I have Kyo, I have Orochi Shermay, I have Orochi, I have Orochi Chris. Okay, Chang, you can replace him with other fighters. You can put in, if you have Rugao, of course, he's a perfect fit for this team. If you have Mary, she's a wild bear, so you can put her in also. You can even put Kenso, or you want to go for full wild bear soul formation, you can put in Mature, you can put in Vice and other wild bear souls character. Okay, but I'm just showing you guys this is a very typical formation. Right now, the global server has just released a patch that increased the maximum level cap to level 74 now. Okay, and at this stage in the global server, most of you have unlocked Orochi Shermay or very close to unlock Orochi Shermay. Okay, she is a very important character in the wild bear soul formation. Okay, so come the next patch for the global server, if I'm not wrong, maybe they may increase the level from level 75 to level 79. Okay, and during that time, by the time you hit level 79, I would think that you guys are actually quite close in unlocking Orochi Chris. Okay, so by the time comes, this will be your your very typical wild bear soul formation. Okay, so back to the, sorry, I diverted a bit. Okay, so let's take this formation for example. Okay, what synergy is there in this formation? Okay, let me do some explanation. Why I put Robert first? Okay, because Robert's ultimate will boost your fighter's critical. Okay, so he will need to ultimate first. Okay, Chang is there just to take damage and tank. Kyo, why I put him in front? Because he's a tiger soul. He cannot use ultimate at the first round. So put him in front, let him get hit a bit. He can use ultimate at the next round. Okay, Orochi Shermay. Okay, she's a wild bear soul. She can ultimate at the first round. On top of that, her passive is there to negate the damage for the opposing team. Okay, Orochi. Okay, he's also a wild bear soul. He's there to do full damage. Okay, you can put Orochi at the front and Q at the back. It works also. Okay. Oh yeah, just a note. Q's passive also increase your overall team damage. Orochi Chris. Okay, his passive increases the overall critical chance to do critical damage for your whole team. On top of that, his ultimate has a chance to apply silence, has a chance to apply soul burning to your opponent. Okay, soul burning basically for the next 2 rounds will decrease the opponent's rage. Okay, so this is why this is why I put them in this way. Okay. Actually, what you guys can do, you can put Q at the back later on in the future. Okay, you can do this kind of formation. Okay, why? Because in the future, Q, if you get his weapon, and best if Q has his weapon, when he ultimate the last, he can reduce the rage for the opponent. Okay, I think this formation is actually better this way. You guys can follow this formation. Okay, so after this wild bear soul formation, okay, what is the next formation you guys can do? Okay, when come level 75 to level 80, you guys must really consider what you want to branch out your team into, what formation you want your team to go into for the next coming boss releases. Okay, because level 75 to level 78 to level 79 or 80, you guys must decide what kind of team you want to go to. If not, by the time you hit level 80, it will be a little bit too late if you want to change formation. Meaning to say that too late in a way that you will be, because every time you change formation, your power will drop. Okay, your ranking arena will drop. Okay, unless you have a lot of materials to straight away pump up your to promote your fighters up to a very high level at one shot. If not, your ranking will slow to drop. Okay, so by level 80 onwards, if you are slow to change, then it will be you will experience a drop basically, and you have to wait a while more before you can climb back up. Okay, so the next formation you can go through is, let's take out Chang. This formation some of you guys have been running already. Basically, you put in Saisu. Okay, you can put this type of formation. Okay, why Saisu? Okay, with Saisu inside our team, your wild bear soul formation will become a fire wild bear soul formation, because Saisu boosts the ultimate for fighters that does fire damage. Who are they? Okay, Iroi, Orochi, Chris, Kyo, okay, and Saisu himself. Okay, 4 characters that can do increased ultimate damage because of Saisu's buff. Okay, so this will be your fire bear soul formation. Okay, so what's next after your wild bear soul formation, your fire bear soul formation? Okay, it will be your 4 souls formation. Okay, this video will also cover a little bit of the character introduction, but I will not go into so detail. In the future, when the fighter is close to release for the global server, I will do a more detailed character introduction for that fighter. Okay, in order to do a 4 souls formation, you must have crazy Iroi. Okay, I repeat again. In order to do a 4 souls formation, you must have your crazy Iroi. Okay, he is the core character, he is the key character to do a 4 souls formation. Let's look at his passive. At the bottom here, if your team has tiger, snake, bear, turtle, fight soul, your entire team will have increased resistance rate for the first round. At level 88 is at 38.7% resistance rate. Look at his details right now. His resistance rate is at 26.9%. Okay, with an additional 38.7. Okay, let's round up. Okay, let's put this at 27%. Let's put this at 39%. Okay, it's about 70% basically. Okay, about 60%. Okay, 60% resistance rate, guys. You know how high is this for the first round? The opponent is literally not doing any damage to your team. Okay, this is why 4 soul formation is that good in negating damage for the first round, because of crazy Iroi's passive. His ultimate. Okay, at the second part here, if the enemy fight soul, tiger, snake, bear, turtle has less than 3 species. Okay, I simplify this for you. Okay, if the enemy is not running a 4 souls formation, okay, there is an additional 25% probability to stun. Okay, by default this is at 15%. His ultimate have a 15% chance to stun. If your opponent is not running a 4 souls formation, he will get an additional 25%. 25% plus 15% is 40% chance to stun your opponent with his ultimate. 40% chance is very high. Okay, so 4 Souls formation, what is it used for? Basically, 4 Souls formation is used to counter the Wild Bear Soul formation. Because why? Wild Bear Souls formation, the strength is do high damage at the first round. Meaning to say they are high priority, they start first, all 6 fighters use ultimates. They will kill off at least 1 or 2 of your fighters, no problem. They do very high damage. After that, because Orochi Chris, he applies debuff on your team and stuff like that, by the time when your turn comes to attack, either some of your fighters are dead or some of your fighters are controlled by debuffs like soul burning, like silence and stuff like that. Then your team won't be effective anymore. This is why Crazy Rui with the 4 Souls formation, first round, the Wild Bear Soul ultimates you take lesser damage, very less damage, and then the next round when you ultimate back, because he is not running a 4 Souls formation, Crazy Rui's ultimate have a 40% chance to stun your opponent fighters. Okay, this is why I say the 4 Souls formation is there to counter the Wild Bear Soul formation. So, Wild Bear Soul, I mean the 4 Souls formation. Okay, Crazy Rui, I will call him the heart of 4 Souls formation. Okay, because he actually allows you to absorb the damage at the first round. Okay, Orochi Leona, I would say she is the lifeline of 4 Souls formation. Okay, why? Let us look at her abilities. Blood Frenzy. Okay, if your team has fighters with the following 5 souls, okay, Orochi Leona will get the following buffs: Tiger Soul, attack plus 10%; Bear Soul, initial rage plus 200; Snake Soul, HP drain plus 10%; Turtle Soul, defense plus 10%. Okay, this will not stack, if one more of each. Okay, so basically, if Leona is in a 4 Souls formation, she will get these 4 buffs for every different soul in your team. Okay, her ultimate, okay, if allies have 4 kinds of 5 souls, meaning to say 4 souls, the ultimate, okay, her ultimate will increase allies 30% control and 12% resistance rate for 2 rounds. Meaning to say that every time Orochi Leona does her ultimate, she will increase your allies, your fighters' control rate by 30%. Okay, but the key point is here. She will give your team 12% resistance rate for 2 rounds. This is why I say Orochi Leona is the lifeline of the 4 Souls formation. Every time she ultimate, she applies 12% resistance rate to your team. Meaning to say your team will take lesser damage for 2 rounds every time she does her ultimate. Okay, for maximum effectiveness for 4 Soul formation to work, it's best to have Crazy Rui and Orochi Leona together. If you don't have Orochi Leona, it's okay. You can actually just get Crazy Rui. It's still workable. Just that only the first round you take very little damage, but after that you will still take quite a bit of damage because Orochi Leona is not in your team to actually apply the 12% resistance in your team. So it's best to get both of them. Okay? So this is your 4 Souls formation. So hopefully this explanation explains on why in my pick battle videos I always talk about, oh, I'm going to try and do the 4 Souls formation either with Orochi Leona or Crazy Rui, or even best, both of them together. Okay? So the next question you guys may be asking, so Hero, under the 4 Souls formation, because Crazy Rui is a Wild Bear Soul, does his own soul meet the criteria of the 4 Souls formation? Okay, my answer is yes. Okay, if you are Crazy Rui in your team, he himself will have already met the Wild Bear Soul criteria for the 4 Souls formation. Same as Orochi Leona. Okay, she is a Snake Soul. she will have already meet the criteria for the four souls formation, the snake criteria. Okay, so this is one of the formation you guys can consider branching out in the future. The other team that you guys can consider, okay, is what I can show you guys. Basically, is female team. Okay, I can show you guys my club mate. Okay, he's not here. Okay, let me see. Okay, something like this you can consider. Okay, Shermay, Mai, Kula. Okay, you can actually follow this female team formation. Okay, basically you need Shermay. Shermay is a key character in all female team formation. Okay, just to show you guys her abilities. Okay, basically her passive reduces enemies' female fighters' resistance rate. Okay, if your opponent has female fighters, her passive will reduce their resistance rate by a certain percentage. Okay, her key point is the ultimate. Basically, her ultimate clears all allies' female fighters debuff. Okay, meaning to say that if you have a lot of female fighters in your team, her ultimate can clear all debuff from all female fighters. Okay, and increase 20% attack. Okay, for all female fighters. Okay, so this is why Shermay is a key character in the female team. Okay, just to show you guys her gates, because recently they unlock her elements. Okay, so for this, look, her passive, okay, have added a more effective skill. She has a probability to resurrect as Orochi Shermay when she dies. Okay, 19.9%. Okay, this is at, I think my current level at level 50 right now. If the level is higher, this will go up, I think. Okay, so she has a percentage of chance to resurrect and come back as Orochi Shermay. Okay, so for her skill, okay, basically when she uses her skill, she has a chance to silence 2 female fighters. Okay, by default it's only 1, but with Thunder Element unlocked, she can silence up to 2 female fighters. That's why Shermay is actually a very good character in club battle, female battle actually. Okay, so female team, you can run Mai and Kula. Okay, why? Because they do AoE damage. They do a lot of AoE damage. You guys watch my Thunder Elements video preview. You guys will understand how come Mai is so powerful. Okay, because she restores rage faster, and she can ultimate more often, especially when she starts to kill people. She can ultimate 2 times, 3 times in a row, no problem. Okay, Mai. Kula, nothing much to talk about. Basically, she's a boss. She has a chance to freeze enemies, and she does a lot of damage, okay, to her opponent. Okay, 60% randomly decrease 3 enemies, 60% crit power, 30% chance to freeze 2 of them. Okay, the fewer the enemy fighters, the more damage, okay, she will do for ultimate. Okay, and together with Shermay's buff, she will do even more. Okay, so you guys can consider going for a full female team. Okay, other female characters you guys can consider putting in is Kasumi. But Kasumi, you need to have the 4 souls formation. Okay, look, if allies have 4 kinds of fight soul, this will increase own 30% resistance rates for the first round and 30% rage restore speed. Okay, if she's in the 4 souls formation together with Crazy Iroi, she will have Crazy Iroi's first round, or like for me, almost 40% resistance rate plus her own 30% resistance rate, which is more than 70% already actually. Okay, so she will be very tanky at the first round. Okay, other characters you guys can consider putting in a female team is Leona. Okay, so there's quite a lot of female teams. Okay, Mary also to be good, but the downside for female team is that you need to wait longer to become powerful. Why? Because of mine. Because the elements, this feature, this gates feature or 8 elements feature, as you will call it, will not come to the global server not until at a later time. So which means to say that at a later time, then your female team will actually be viable to compete with others. Okay, so we will go on to the next formation, which is at an even later time, okay, in the future for you guys to consider. What is it? Okay, wait, that is actually a Genesis formation. Before I go to that, let me touch on one quick thing first. Okay, some of you, like I said, mentioned just now, you guys are running this formation, Saisu Fire formation, Fire Wild Bear Soul formation. If you guys decided not to go for crazy Uroi, okay, if you guys are telling me, say, Hero, I'm not going for Forces formation, is there any other formation I can go for? Yes, you can. You can go for this. Change out Saisu, put in Nest Kill. Go for a Nest Kill, Fire Bear formation. Nest Kill, you can actually consider him as a Fire Bear, a Wild Bear Soul character. Why? Let me show you his passive. Okay, his passive basically increase your fighter's flame ultimate damage. Okay, here, increase allied flame ultimate damage by 27%. This is at level 71. Okay, he has the second part. Okay, here is what makes him sort of like a Wild Bear Soul character. When Kill Nest appears, if enemies have Uroi, Crazy Uroi, or Orochi in battle, increase own rage to 1000 in the first round. Every team out there will have at least an Uroi or Crazy Uroi. Almost every team has these characters. So almost every time, Nest Kill's rage will always be 1000. If your priority is high, he can use his ultimate at the first round. Nest Kill is really good at controlling 2 fighters at least, because he causes burning to a target soul for 2 rounds, meaning to set soul burning. Each round decrease HP by 12% and rage by 200. This is very high, okay, rage by 200. And then decrease HP by 12%, very high damage. Okay, if he hits the tank, he will cause additional 35% defense reduction to tank enemies. So which means to say a Nest Kill is a tank killer also. Okay, so you guys can consider this formation. Okay, if you guys want to have an even more powerful formation, you guys can put in this character. You guys can take out Robert, put in K. This formation can be very powerful also. Okay, because K's ultimate is fire based, he will get his benefits from Nest Kill. You guys can consider this. This is very powerful. Okay, so the next thing I'll talk about, as I mentioned just now, okay, is basically the Genesis formation. Genesis formation comes at a very later date. Okay, very later date, because Ignis is the key. He is the core character, okay, that allows you to do your Genesis formation. Let me explain. Okay, let's look at his fight soul first. Okay, his fight soul here is space soul, meaning to say that he has no soul when he first appear in the battle. Okay, he has no souls at all, but he does have a bit of ability in his soul. Recover 85 rage around each fight soul level plus 150 attack. This is his basic skill for his space soul. Okay, Ignis, okay, below here for his passive. If your team has more than 2 of a certain type of fight soul, okay, will increase fight soul effects, and all allies including self will get increased block for 2 rounds. Means for 2 rounds, he himself and your whole team will get this blocks effect. Okay, at level 1 is already at 35%, it's very high. Okay, so what does this sentence mean? Meaning to say that if Ignis in your team, okay, and you have, let's say, let's say you have 3 fighters with Wild Beast Soul, okay, Ignis will activate this ability. Okay, Ignis, why do I say that Ignis, when he comes, he will bring forth the era of Genesis formation? Okay, Genesis actually in Chinese, in the Chinese version of this game, they call it 创世. What does 创世 means? 创世, if you translate to English, you can either use the word Genesis or creation. Okay, but we call it the Genesis formation because it's actually nicer, it's a better name compared to creation formation. Okay, so this sentence here at the bottom, basically it says that if your team has more than 2 certain type of fighter, let's say maybe you have 3 Wild Beast Souls fighters in your team, excluding Ignis, okay, at the 3rd round onwards, wrong, at the 4th round onwards, sorry, the first 3 rounds, okay, Ignis soul will be space soul, nothing, he has no soul. On the 4th round onwards, Ignis will start his creation. Okay, if you got 3 Wild Beast Soul fighters in your team, Ignis will do the creation of Wild Beast Soul. If you have Tortoise Soul, 3 fighters Tortoise Soul, Ignis will do the creation of Tortoise Soul, followed by Tiger Soul, and the same as Snake Soul. What do I mean by that? Okay, he will start his Genesis, he will start creating. Okay, when he creates the particular soul, let's say you have 3 Wild Beast Soul fighters, Ignis Soul will become a Wild Beast Soul. Okay, depending on the level of this soul, it will follow that particular soul's level. Let's say Wild Beast Soul is a level 20, Ignis Wild Beast Soul I think will become level 20 also. Okay, it should follow the level. Okay, so we need to say Ignis will become a Wild Beast Soul character on the 4th round onwards. This is what they mean by Genesis formation. This is what it means by where Ignis starts his creation of certain soul. If you put in 3 Tortoise Soul, Ignis on the 4th round, Ignis after creation will become a Tortoise Soul character. Okay, which means to say that he will have the characteristic of a Tortoise Soul fighter. If you decide to do a Tortoise Soul Genesis formation, it's best to put Ignis at the front. But of course, Ignis has to survive up to the 4th round. Then his Tortoise Soul will activate. Then he will be able to actually do the absorption of damage to regain rage. But right now, most people still put Ignis at the back, no matter what kind of Genesis formation you are going for. Okay, his ultimate actually allows him to, if Ignis has been deployed for more than 3 rounds, his ultimate will actually hit all enemies and make all of them reduce attack and increase damage received buff. Okay, everyone become very small basically. Okay, so if you decide to do a Tiger Soul, a Tiger Genesis formation, okay, I can show you guys some example. Okay, so just to give you guys a more clearer picture. Okay, I do not have Ignis unlocked yet, so I'm gonna put 0 as a substitute. Okay, let me. Okay, I'm not gonna touch on Tortoise Soul. I'm not gonna touch on Wild Beast Soul because Wild Beast Soul there's a lot of characters you guys can mix and match yourself. I'm gonna touch on the 2 more popular and the 2 more powerful, which I feel more powerful fight souls. Genesis formation. Okay, which is the Tiger Genesis and your Snake Genesis. Okay, give me a minute. Let me just do a bit of rearranging. Come on, who I have now? SQ. Okay, I need to put in K. Where is K? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, The other two fighters, it's up to you guys. You guys can put, maybe let's just stick with what we have. Okay, Orochi and Orochi Chris. Okay. Okay, you guys can do this formation. Okay, this can be your Tiger Genesis formation. You have 3 Tiger Souls, you have Nest Kill, you have Mai, you have K. Okay, followed by Ignis. Okay, you can this is how you can do your Tiger Soul formation. This is a very powerful formation. Why? Because Nest Kill buffs the fire damage for all your fighters. Orochi Chris is fire based, Iro is fire based, Mai is fire based, K is fire based. Very powerful team. Okay, you guys can consider this. This team actually only requires 3 bosses. Okay, K is actually fairly easy to get. In the future there will be showcase for K. Okay, Ignis and Nest Kill will be a little bit harder, but you guys can eventually get these 2 fighters. Okay, if you guys are going for Genesis formation, this is the best team to go for. If you guys do not have Nest Kill, it's okay. You guys can put in Q. Okay, Q is also a good fighter, but just that the only downside is he doesn't buff the fire ultimate for your fighters, but he does increase your overall team's damage because of his passive. You guys can go for this also. So you guys only need 2 bosses. Okay, if you guys don't want to use K, you guys can use any other Tiger Soul fighters. It's okay, but this is what I'm recommending actually. Okay, the next Genesis formation that I will recommend is, I can't do it now, not even for the Asia server because the fighters are not out yet. It's very powerful team. Okay, basically it consists of the following fighters: Ignis himself, okay, because he's the key. Geese, okay, I can put in Geese because I have Geese. Let me just change a bit. Okay, you can put in Geese, Chrysalid, okay, Ash, Nest Kill and K. Okay, just to show you guys. Okay, let's just imagine, okay, Mai, okay, and Orochi Chris, they are Chrysalid and Ash. Okay, Chrysalid and Ash, they are your Snake Soul. Okay, these 2 are very powerful Snake Soul fighters. Very powerful. Okay, why? Because Chrysalid, okay, I'm not really sure about his actual abilities, but from what I know is that for every Snake Soul character in your team, his ability will go up, his damage will go up very high. He himself is also able to dish out very high damage, and also he also sort of buff your rest of your Tiger, your Snake Soul characters. Okay, this is for Chrysalid. Okay, I managed to download the image. Okay, just to show you guys. Okay, here, this is your very typical Snake Soul Genesis formation. You guys can see it's all bosses. Okay, you guys want to go for this team, I can tell this team will be a very powerful team. Okay, but you need to have all bosses. Okay, Geese, Ash, Chrysalid, they are all Snake Soul. Okay, Nest Kill is there to pump up the damage for the fire based characters, for Ash, for K. Chrysalid, I think he's also fire based. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Okay, Ignis is there to do his creation, his genesis. So after that, he himself become a Snake Soul character also. Geese is there to tank. Okay, but you need to be a will to actually go for this team. Okay, so you guys can actually consider all these different formation. Okay, so with all this being said, okay, hopefully I have given you guys a very comprehensive team synergy, a very comprehensive team recommendation of me analyzing different teams that you guys can branch out to in the future. Do sit down and think, okay, have a hard talk, hard thinking basically on in the future. Do you want to go for 4 souls? If you want to go for Genesis, do you want to go for female team? And stuff like that. If you have decided on what kind of team formation you want to go to, okay, please save out your diamonds and concentrate on that character when that character comes along. Okay, just to add on, Genesis formation is the counter to the 4 souls formation. Okay, why do I say that? Because just now as I show you, Ignis ultimate, okay, basically reduces attack, damage, and more importantly, affected targets. Basically, thus your team will be able to do even more damage to the opponent. Okay, affected targets by this ultimate will actually receive 25% additional damage. Because 4 souls formation, their benefits is that they take damage, they take lesser damage every time, especially with Orochi Leona around. Okay, Ignis, the Genesis formation, is there to debuff you guys so that you guys take more damage. Okay, but of course, the Wild Vessel formation has a higher chance to defeat the Genesis formation because Ignis has to be alive for at least the first 3 rounds. On the 4th round onwards, Ignis will shine. Will start to shine. The first 3 rounds, he has to survive. If he cannot survive from all the bursts from the Wild Vessels ultimates and he dies early, then your team will actually be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so you guys can see there's a little bit of scissors paper stone effect mechanic in this whole game. Okay, so I hope, well, this video has gone long enough, about 45 minutes. So I hope you guys learned something today. And once again, thank you guys for supporting my channel. 500 subs and counting. Actually, in fact, right now I'm at 571 subs because I was 1 week late in making this video. I apologize for this. But once again, thank you all for your support. Okay. Do check your YouTube message. I will message you guys. Hopefully you guys are one of the lucky winners. Not to worry if you guys didn't win this time. I will definitely do more gifts away in the future. Okay, I will definitely do more gifts away. Okay, so not to worry. So with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.